All right, now with all the bolt-ons taken care of, intercooler looks sick, all the carbon looks sick, super happy with this. We're gonna move on to aesthetics, wheels, tires, suspension, and some goodies from our friends at Seibon. Gonna be sick.
It's a big ass intercooler.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. That's a big ass unit right there.
Fits nice though.
PRL is literally like down to the 0.5 millimeter. What's the biggest thing we can fit in here? So now with that done, a couple things we were gonna want to tackle. We've got, for right now, we're gonna be throwing in some Swift springs, which is pretty common. Either Swift or Spoon springs seem super common for these Type-Rs. So we're gonna be throwing these in.
It's kind of a nice thing on a lot of newer cars with like the adjustable shocks, and these don't seem to burn out the factory dampers too quick either. So
yeah,
kind of best of both worlds for a while. So
yeah,
you just can't adjust the height.
See how that works out. The drop is pretty considerable with these two from what I've seen, so I'll be curious to see how that looks. We do have coilovers coming. That's a bit of a surprise though, and that won't be for a little bit. So we're gonna throw these in the meantime to pair with what you see here. Kept it, I would say, a bit of a classic look with this one. Boom. Got some 57 CRs, some gram lights, keeping it simple yet effective. We're going from the 19s to 18s with a meaty tire on it. Should be pretty solid fitment. Maybe not quite flush, but pretty damn close. So I think they look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them on the car.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll see what they look like, but excited about this. Excited to make it look like something just less stock in general. So we'll get started on this stuff and take it from there. I'll be looking in here as far as how it all come apart.
Shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna take the sway bar in like off the bottom, because it's a lot easier to get a wrench and an Allen wrench than it is on the strut. So
yeah, doesn't look too bad.
No.
Pretty standard for the most part.
Yeah.
So a pro tip, save you guys some time for sure. You'll see a couple of videos of disassembling pretty much the entire knuckle, which is not what we did and is not necessary. All you really need is this special socket. You'll kind of jam this into the back of the collar on the knuckle where it grabs around the strut, and you turn that bad boy just like a normal socket and it'll spread that for you. And then once you do that, you can kind of wrestle the thing out a little bit with a pry bar and pop everything out. So look it up before you do it. Don't take it at face value. Just get one of those things and that should help you.
Also, taking off the axle nut and pushing the like spline of the axle through the hub a bit, because these are prone, I guess, to the inner CV joint popping out of the transmission and wrecking the seal, and then you got a big mess on your hands. So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really good point. But other than that, I guess it's just like anything else. You just kind of have to learn the little nuances as you're getting into it, and then it's okay after that. Pretty straightforward. So next order of business, we are gonna get this bad boy off the car and see what the new one looks like. So I imagine it'll be pretty straightforward. So we start taking this thing apart and then see what we're working with. So huge call out here. Seibon is finishing the hood all the way through now. The whole thing is carbon instead of just the exterior shell being carbon. And that is crazy cool. Like, that just takes it to a whole nother level, really. Awesome finish on it, too. That's freaking sick, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better than just matte black, like paint on fiberglass.
Yeah, that's a huge step up. Awesome, awesome. GG Seibon. Wow. Now that we have it out of the packaging, it's pretty dang light.
I would say it's like extremely comparable to the other one.
Yeah. You wanna, I can hold if you wanna begin.
I would just hold that corner again so it doesn't like hit on anything.
That looks pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Fits great, as we've seen before. Just carbon stuff in general sometimes doesn't always fit perfect, but I would say I'm very impressed with this particular unit right here.
Yeah. Fits the body lines pretty darn nice, like 90 to 95%, which is, like you said, better than the vast majority of carbon stuff out there.
Yeah. No, this is freaking sweet, dude. Oh my gosh. I love the vents in the front. Like, super aggressive, but I think it really fits the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking sweet. And then once we get some more stuff on there to tie it in, it'll be even better. But so far, so good.
Yeah. So far,
so good.
Yeah.
Well, now, only one thing left really to do. That's to move on to the front lip. It's a pretty bad unit.
Looks like it should just attach to the lower bumper hardware, but we'll have to see.
That'd be nice. Dang.
We'll have to see how like sturdy it all is too. It's a big old chunk.
Hell yeah, dude. Dang. Man, Seibon is killing it with this stuff, dude. Full carbon all the way through, like super aggressive, but it's definitely gonna pair with that hood.
Looks like it's set up to use all the factory like splash shoe mounting points and whatnot, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Fitment on this thing is legit.
TI2 tight,
That's right.
some might call it.
God dang. Like even back here, like it's perfectly flush with the bumper, and you never see that.
It changes the look of the front like by a lot.
Dramatically. Holy cow. You typically never know with like a chunkier lip like that, but it really works with the hood for sure. Like you definitely need that, but that's a win.
Great success.
Great success. Now,
Found
next
it.
up, wing. Man, this is gonna look absolutely crazy. I like this, I like the fins. The
What's the
risers
top
are super
look like?
nice.
Gonna grab that.
Flip them over. Oh, it's got a nice like
It's a little scoop.
little scoop sort of action going on there.
All of the downforce.
Oh yeah, literally all of it. Next order of business, side skirts. So it looks like they just kind of shove in there like most body pieces. I mean, you got a couple clips. I'm sure these get retained on the car side. Maybe a bolt. With any luck, the old ones come out without too much wrestling.
Yeah, we'll have
So-
to get it up in the air and check it out.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so it is requiring some gymnastics, as we said, but small adjustment here, small adjustment there. You push here, I push there. This clip goes in, that screw goes in, and eventually you walk it on. I mean, it's very well made. It's just, as is the case when you install some carbon body pieces, sometimes you just gotta wrestle with the thing. All right, that is officially side skirts on. Once you did one and kind of learned what you gotta do, shocker, the second one doesn't take as long. This one went on really nice. So she's all set, looking good. They do stick out a little bit more than the factory ones, which aligns perfectly with the front lip, which is ideal. Looks pretty sweet, not gonna lie. A little bit of wrestling, but
I like them. Yeah, a little bit of wrestling.
yeah.
I would not want to do this on the ground.
Yeah,
Not with a lift.
Yep.
So,
wouldn't recommend a driveway job for this one, but they definitely look freaking sweet. Which brings us to our last present. It's replacing this thing right here. Little carbon arrangement to replace that one. Don't know what that entails yet. Hard to tell if we got to take a bumper off. Don't take the bumper off. But we will find out shortly. Just like all the other pieces in this Seibon kit, installation was very straightforward. A little bit of finagling here or there is to be expected, but other than that, we are incredibly happy with the fit and finish of everything we put on the car. Seibon really crushed it with this FL5 kit, and it definitely gave the car the extra edge it was missing badly from the factory. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing is chonky back here now. Dang. Look at that thing.
It's like a very hyper aggressive looking kit, but
Yeah.
it changes the way the car looks 100%.
I mean, I'm usually one for a more like modest style, but once you get the whole kit on the car, like, I do think it looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of wrestling with this diffuser. Just kind of par for the course for the most part, I would say, no matter how nice the carbon parts are.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you know.
Usually anytime something's not an OEM piece, it's not going to fit like an OEM piece, so you might have to slot some holes a little bit and kind of wrestle into position, but got it on, got all the bolts and clips in and everything like that, so.
Yeah, I mean, once you kind of figure out where it needs a little bit of love, you know, goes on fine. And just as a piece overall, super freaking nice. And the kit all together just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it flows really nicely, like with some of the same like visual stuff going down like the side of the car and everything, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, looks freaking sweet.
It'd be cool to see it like off the lift and
Yeah.
like outside even, or, you know, out of the shop. But I'll say I'm impressed aesthetically. Like, Seibon crushed it with the look of this thing. I don't know. Good things to say. That's about all I know.
I got nothing, it looks
You got nothing?
sick.
All right, fair enough. All right, you guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the FL5 build. Hope you enjoyed it, but we're not done yet. Next stop is, you guessed it, the tune, and we're going to see some familiar faces, our friends at Boost and Performance. They're going to get this thing dialed in, and we absolutely cannot wait to share that with you guys. So make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe so you don't miss that episode, and we'll see you there.